Hey gals and guys, Christine Maggi here with another video. I am very excited to be kicking off a series all about design jobs. So whether that's your first job right out of school, whether you're transitioning to design from another field, these videos are really to get you prepared, know what to expect, and help you put your best foot forward when you're looking for that awesome design job, and I hope these tips help you. Now, when most people think of a job search, they basically think of getting a job as finding the job, applying for the job, interviewing for the job, and then accepting an offer and going on your merry way. And while that is technically right in a nutshell, there's actually a lot of preparation that you can do before you get that interview, before you start looking, to set you up for the best possible success in your design search. So to kick it off, I want to start with a checklist of things to do before you start looking. First, I'm going to cover the basics that I think you probably already know, and that is things like making sure your portfolio is up to date. You never want to be the person that says, oh yeah, here's my portfolio, but the work's old and I haven't updated. No, that looks bad. Don't do that. So taking out any old projects, adding in new projects, case studies, I talk about these in a couple other videos. You can see a link up here. But making sure that portfolio is up to date with your latest and greatest work, focusing on the type of work that you want to be doing in your next job, taking anything out that isn't representative of what you want to be doing in the next job. Maybe it's time for a portfolio refresh if it's been a few years. I know I'm definitely guilty of not updating my portfolio unless I'm really looking for a job, so of course, it's always best to keep that up to date as you go, but in case you don't, you have to have an up-to-date portfolio before you even start applying to jobs. Along with that comes an up-to-date resume. So if you're still working someplace that you're trying to leave, put that on your resume. Put any new awards or any events you've attended, anything that's relevant that you think would be good on that resume. Make sure that is up to date and ready to go. Check your contact information, make sure that's all up to date as well. Do a final read through, spell check, have your friend look at it, have your mom look at it. Make sure it is solid. And again, if you're switching from another field, or if you want to go into a more specific area of design, make sure your resume reflects that. There are ways to position yourself in a way that actually sets you up for the job that you want using the experience that you have. The next thing you should do is update your LinkedIn. So since you have an up-to-date portfolio, up-to-date resume, both of those things can go directly onto your LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a really easy way for a potential employer to find you and read about you. So as up-to-date as you can make that, do it. Another really cool thing about LinkedIn is you can actually have recommendations from former coworkers, former bosses, managers, so ask people to recommend you. Quotes from other people go a really long way in selling what you have to offer. So it's one thing for you to be saying how great you are and how good of a designer you are or how well you work with a team, but it's another thing to get that same feedback from one or more people that have actually worked with you and can vouch for how great you are. All right, these next few might seem a little bit silly, but important. I want you to pretend that you've never met yourself, that you are seeing your name for the first time, and all I have to go on is this outstanding resume and outstanding portfolio. But I want to know more about you, so what do? I Google your name, and what do I find? That is the question for you to find out. Yep, I want you to Google yourself online and see what comes up. If you have a lot of connected social media sites, those might come up. Your portfolio hopefully comes up, but you just never know what's going to come up or where your name might be, or if someone else has your name, turns out they're a criminal. It would just be good for you to know that. Now, while there's not much you can do in the short term to fix any bad things that may come up, it's at least important for you to know that they're there so that if someone were to ask you about it, you have knowledge and you can speak to that. Or you can see how well your search engine optimization is going with your website and so on. It's just good to know. Good to do every once in a while. Kind of along those same lines, if you have a lot of social media accounts and they may have some personal photos or personal posts, anything that may be considered controversial, you may want to consider putting all of that to private. Listen, I'm all about self-expression. I'm all about using social media how you want. But from the point of view of a first impression, you have to think about what do these other websites, other social media sites say about you to someone who actually doesn't know anything about you, doesn't know your character. they're going to make judgments off of what they see. And so, in my opinion, it's better as a professional to have anything controversial or personal sort of tucked away. There's always a chance later on, if you become good friends, you can add them on social media and so on. I just like my potential employers to make evaluations off of what I can control and what I present to them, which is my portfolio, my resume, and again, those public social media pages like LinkedIn. Just a word of advice. The next thing you want to get, if possible, is your own personal business cards. So these don't have to be fancy or expensive. There are ways to do this cheaply, but something that has your name on it, a title, maybe it's designer, maybe it's something more creative, but something that has your name on it, a title, a website, and some simple contact information. Have it on you. It's great to be able to pass out when you're networking and trying to look for a job. It's also really nice to be able to hand out during an interview. It just adds a level of professionalism and gives someone a leave behind that they can take home, they can look you up later on. All right, this one also might sound a little bit weird, but I want you to have an interview outfit ready to go. And here's why. Say you apply for a job and they're super eager and they love you and they want you to come in the next day. Are you gonna say no? No. So you need to be prepared at a really short notice in case something like that happens, to be able to step into an interview confidently, and that includes what you're gonna wear. I'm not someone who's going to tell you what you should or should not wear, other than I think you should be appropriate for what the job and environment is. So based on your research of the company, you can sort of make a judgment for how to dress to sort of fit in with the environment, but also present yourself in a professional way. I always like to take their sort of standard level of dress amongst the employees and then step it up a notch or two. So again, have an outfit ready. That means top, bottom, shoes, jewelry, any accessories you may want. Something that you're definitely comfortable in and confident in. Nothing that fits weird or nothing that makes you feel insecure. None of that. A nice outfit, a classic outfit can go a long way, and it's something that you should be able to wear for a long time. Like for me, I have my interview skirt and my interview pants that I never wear outside of interviews, but I have them in case I need them, and I'm so glad. The next thing you want to do is practice presenting your work. Again, pre-interview. You don't want to be stressed out even more than you probably already are. You want to have practice your delivery of how you're going to present your work, being able to talk about what you've done, talk about your experience, some basic interview questions that you're likely to get. I also have a video about interviews you may check out for more details on this. Practice by yourself, practice with your friends, your family. The more you can get comfortable talking about it, the easier it's going to be for you to deliver that when it comes time for your interview. And along with that, make sure you have a list of questions to ask at any interview. So these can be pretty basic, and then you can always add on specific questions based on what you know about that particular role or that particular company. I do this, it has saved me so much time, and I can just pull it up. I have it right there ready. I'm planning on doing a video about this as well, so stay tuned. All right, those are just the ones I could think of off the top of my head. There may be more, but these should give you a really good start as far as preparing for your job search. All right, gals and guys, that is all I have for you today. I hope this was helpful. If there's something I forgot or that you've done that's been super helpful as you prepare for your job search, definitely leave me a comment below, and I would love to read what else you got. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button on your way out, and I'll see you later.